Hey, how's it going? So I had some cool thoughts last night about healing and also about energy, how we use energy, and quite a cool insight into our patterns and how we actually come to have the patterns that we have. Obviously, we can understand in a single lifetime and if you don't believe in multiple lifetimes, don't even worry about it because it would still apply. We understand in one lifetime, when we're born, we're coming in with our own energetic, our own sense of self at that point, and then we're born into that reality, and we tend to and I actually believe this through choice. We choose certain people for possibly contractual or karmic reasons. We owe something to someone, or they owe us something, or whatever it is. So we're born in, and then we absorb that energy from birth, which then sort of compounds. So we're piling up that energetic frequency on top of what we're coming in with already. Now, for me, as I continue to unravel what I would call conditioned patterning, so external thoughts and vibrations, conditions like life is hard, life isn't fair, I'm not worthy, things that I would pick up from external sources, but as well, there's a certain choice there. There's a reason I'm picking that up, because not other, some people wouldn't pick it up so easily. And so for me yesterday, what I was thinking about was that what happens is that we come to this earth, and this earth is a low vibration. So for most of us as sort of cosmic, infinite, spiritual, eternal beings, we have this signature essence, the signature frequency, which the moment of our creation that's what we are. And we travel around through the universe, and we have different experiences, and that sort of is part of that frequency. So then when we come to Earth, because it's such a low vibration, we contract ourselves to fit into these physical bodies. And we forget. And people talk about the fall, the falls of Atlantis, or the fall of the earth, as the earth went into darkness. And if most of us will have experienced the fall, or were called to the fall, to help the earth or assist the earth through its own returning to grace, returning itself to a light-filled being, Earth, planet. So when we came down here all those ages ago, we kind of got trapped because we forgot. So we got trapped in this, you can call it a reincarnation grid. And every single lifetime, what happened was that a lot of us might have had pretty harsh, if you think about the past and all of the crap that went down, and it's still going on today, isn't it? Where a lot of us, if you're like me and we're born into sort of middle-class Western society, you've got it pretty sweet, okay? So, over the lifetimes that we might have lived, we endured a lot of pain and trauma, violence, betrayal, corruption. And so over the lifetimes, it's like we absorb the imprint of that experience. So, people betray me, or and this came up as well. So over lifetime, we're compounding these energetic imprints and experiences that are warping our sense and self, and thus our sense of empowerment, because we actually have no idea who we are. And that's the crux of it, is actually getting to know who we are, know thyself. Because if you know who you are, you know what you're creating. And also, you will have gone through a process of also understanding that if something doesn't feel good, you uncreate it, you dissolve it with your own awareness. So getting to know who you are, and then creating from that place, that's truly what we all came here to do originally. Anyway, we just I guess, through that darkness and through the trauma of the fall, and you know, as the darkness came, there was this shadow of forgetfulness. And part of, to me, the big transition as well is actually accepting all of it, accepting the fear, accepting the control domination, accepting the darkness, accepting the fall, and then moving forward from a place of love, compassion, and forgiveness, true forgiveness. So it's true forgiveness. Sorry, so it's unconditional love, really, and you know, creating from that, from your own authentic place, and that means coming together with like minds, coming together with people who have a like vision, which will happen naturally anyway because you're aligned. So other aligned people will come to you for that similar creation. And and that's something else I was thinking about, was because we're sort of obsessed with thinking, is that's a part, to me, that's sort of part of a big part anyway, of unraveling oneself, unraveling the illusions that we're perhaps barricaded under, is realizing that there won't always be thoughts, there might not even be images, that oftentimes, I speak for myself, but what I realized big time yesterday was that I'm not just asking myself to just kind of sit, I'm allowing myself to simply be with the sensation without having to analyze it, without having to think about it or know where it comes from. I'm just, because again, if you think about what I just said about experience after experience after experience, and we're imprinting, we're sort of energetically imprinting this, these codes, this experience into our being, which is maybe we have a hand cut off in one life, maybe we're beheaded, maybe these things happen, right? And I don't want us to hold on to those past experiences, but you have to accept that sometimes it's not a thought pattern that you're releasing, it's an energy. So you might be releasing the energetic memory of a past life, which just means you have to feel it as it goes out. Whether or not you need to understand it is up to you. Whether or not you need to kind of mentally remember or grab hold of the experience is really up to you. But knowing on some level that, okay, I'm releasing that experience, that energy that makes me feel like I can't speak my truth, or that that energy that makes me feel like I can't be happy with people, or I can't be myself with people. So that's I have this like thing about, that's quite out there, I would say, because you have to kind of get what I'm saying. Part of you has to sort of believe in past lives. But again, if you don't, it doesn't matter, because you're still processing and dissolving threads of this life's experience. So subconscious threads, energy absorption of this life. And ultimately, again, just getting to know who you are. Maybe you don't have any other lives, then this is it. And maybe you believe this just is it. But also, if you want to be super happy in this life, or if you want to be really, you know, feel good and powerful and effective, and, you know, have self-belief and stuff like that, then I think dissolving the sort of the threads, dissolving the pain that likely isn't yours, it's likely born out of painful experiences you've had here. So being able to dissolve those with conscious awareness, and letting the energy of that experience go away. So, and that's, you know what, all it is really is breathing into it. Breathe into it with the power of your consciousness, and it goes away. It dissolves, and hopefully you can dissolve it in that instant. If threads of it come up and arise, you know what to do. You know just to breathe into it, be conscious with it, and trust that it will leave, and trust that just through doing this practice, like releasing those painful experiences with conscious awareness without blaming the external reality, you'll naturally begin to shift and make different choices and choose different behaviors that actually help to light the way for your path and purpose and the highest order on this earth. Have a great day. I'll see you later. All to love. All